What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today we're going to be doing another news roundup, me going over all the latest news and bits of information regarding things coming to Advanced Warfare. And this is all about weapons. We've got a lot of things to talk about regarding guns, so like elite weapons, DLC weapons, new elite weapons on the way, the best guns in the game, and even fan favourite weapons returning from past COD games. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like rating, and also make sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest news. So something really interesting that Monstercat did tweet was that this image of some new micro DLC we can expect very soon. There's been a lot of that recently in some kind of leaks and some people accidentally getting some micro DLC, and a lot of micro DLC was also shown off in that Ascendance trailer. They were kind of snuck in there, so we just should probably expect a micro DLC package with the DLC on Tuesday. Not exactly sure what they'll do with that, or maybe a week after, but there's definitely a lot of micro DLC in stock. And this kind of like western styled cowboy outfit very much suits the Lamont revolver pistol we should be expecting some point with DLC. And also talking about that pistol, something I forgot to mention in my video I made about the DLC revolver that was teased is that this weapon also, in addition to shooting normal bullets, can also load shotgun shells into the bottom barrel and shoot basically a shotgun blast. I think they shoot like one at a time and has to reload again, but that's pretty crazy. If you don't know the weapon I'm talking about, I'll link the video I made about it in the description. It's basically about this new DLC revolver that will be coming to Advanced Warfare, and it was teased on Twitter by Monstercat, and you can watch that video to kind of see what it looks like and all that good stuff. And but yeah, it's a very cool weapon that essentially shoots one shotgun shell and also a few of its normal bullets. So that should be coming very soon to Advanced Warfare, but we don't know when and how. Of course, any news I will keep you guys up to date. And Monstercat and Sledgehammer have also expressed interest in bringing back weapons from past COD games into Advanced Warfare, and several times he's asked us, the community, what weapons do we want to see, and I think they've said something about setting up an official poll on this Sledgehammer blog, so we can basically vote what weapons we want to see brought back into Advanced Warfare. And if they do put that poll up, I'll definitely link it in the description. And it's very likely we'll be seeing some throwback weapons into Advanced Warfare, which would be really, really cool. Leave in the comments which weapons from past COD games would you like to see brought back. I think I personally would love to see some weapons like the Intervention Sniper, the MP5, the ACR, and M16 would be really cool. One of those weapons from any of the games, to be honest. Would love to see the Remington R5 assault rifle from COD Ghost. I think that was a very, very cool weapon to use, and I think it's very possible, like even more likely, because there's a ton of guns from Ghost that are already in Advanced Warfare, like the ARX, the AK-12, there's the Lynx, the Bulldog. So I'd love to see the Remington R5 assault rifle make a return. I think the thing was an absolute beast. I really love that weapon, and maybe the AK-74U from Modern Warfare 3 could finally make a return, like it almost did into Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. I remember it was really close, and Infinity Ward wanted to bring that weapon from just single player to multiplayer, like a lot of people had wanted as well, but because of limited RAM on the old generation systems, the PS3 and the Xbox 360, they couldn't actually do it as well as how full up the disc was already. So maybe that would be really cool if we saw that actually finally return into Advanced Warfare. That is a really cool submachine gun, and of course Sledgehammer do work very closely with Infinity Ward and Treyarch, so it's very possible we get weapons from any game. So leave your comments below. I look forward to reading what weapons you guys suggest. And Monstercat actually has some very interesting things on Twitter. He's listed the top 5 weapons by KDs and also their variants. So essentially, these are the best weapons in the game. We have the Loophole, which is an amazing weapon. I recently covered that, and I'll link the video I made in the description, and you can see kind of what that gun is about. The Obsidian Steed is number 4, which I've not got myself, but of course one of the best weapons in the game. The HBR Insanity, which is a beast of a gun. The Amelie, didn't say what variant, he just said heavy. I'm not sure what that means. And number 1, the best weapon in the game by KD, is the Hole Puncher, the ARX Hole Puncher, which is a professional variant. And so these weapons are essentially what people perform best with in the game when they use. They have the highest KDs across the board, and that's really interesting. The professional Hole Puncher is arguably better than the Elite Steel Bite version because it's got nearly as many positives and damage, and it's got less negatives than the Steel Bite has. So it's very interesting to see kind of what weapons are technically the best weapons in the game. And finally, we got more news from Monstercat again, and these are some things that he told Ali A, who was then allowed to say these things publicly. And he said a few vague things, one of which is that more elite guns are on the way, so elite variants are on the way. And of course, that's very vague. We don't know exactly how that's going to happen, and it could be that they add a new variant for every single weapon. I think that would be absolutely insane if they did that. He could be talking about the new elite variants of the own weapon, which should be coming when the DLC launches on Tuesday. And he also said there'll be more guns coming to the game, so again, very vague. Most likely talking about guns from old CODs being brought back, like we discussed earlier, and or maybe they're just going to bring in new weapons like that revolver pistol, because I can't really see that being just a DLC weapon. It could be for DLC 3 or 4, but I could see that just being added in as like an extra, and not really DLC. I couldn't really see that happening, but you never know, it could be possible as well. And then he also said that there will be a doubled chance for you to get your favorite elite gun dropping, so basically increasing the drop rate of your favorite elite variant, which sounds really crazy. I'm not sure how they'd pull that off, but maybe if you've done a certain challenge for a weapon like the Bal 27, I could pick the Obsidian Steed variant, and that will be more likely to drop, and I'm not sure how they're going to do this, but of course any news I'll keep you guys up to date right here on my YouTube channel and also my Twitter, which is link in the description. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter so you don't miss out on the latest news. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a like rating if you did, and I'll see you guys later.